Hugh Glass, a fur trapper, watches as American soldiers in the Great Plains burn down a Native American village. In 1823, during the Iroquois War, a party of trappers under the command of Captain Andrew Henry Domhnall Gleeson hunted for pelts in the unsettled wilderness of the northern Louisiana Purchase. The party is led by Glass through the Dakotas of today's territory. While he and his half-Pawnee son, Hawk, are hunting for elk, the company's camp is attacked by an Iroquois war party of a tribe called the Ree, which is seeking to recover its chief's abducted daughter, Powaka. The men respond with rifle fire. Glass is attacked and nearly choked to death, but one of his men rescues him. To make their escape, a few men gather their supplies and furs in front of a boat. Many of the trappers are slaughtered and the survivors flee on a boat. They decide to leave the boat and walk back to their outpost, Fort Kiowa. On the advice of Hugh Glass, Leonardo DiCaprio, the party's guide and most experienced hunter, they believe that traveling on the river would put them in danger, so they decide to walk instead. The crew stores their furs close to the shore after docking. Glass disturbs her cubs while alone scouting ahead and is ambushed by a grizzly bear. As Glass tries to defend himself, the bear bites and claws Glass and throws him around. He manages to shoot the bear, but it doesn't kill her. She comes back at Glass, who grabs his knife and repeatedly stabs it as they both fall down a hill. The dead bear lands on top of Glass when he lands in a gully. Glass has been badly beaten, so the group finds him near death and puts him on a temporary stretcher. Fitzgerald argues that Glass will not survive his injuries and that they should kill him to speed their journey. They attempt to carry him up a hill, only for him to slide and bring the other men down. Fitzgerald suggests that they should simply kill Glass and put an end to his suffering. Fitzgerald gets a moment alone with Glass and tries to convince him to let him put him out of his misery so that no one else is slowed down or left waiting to die, including Hawk. Fitzgerald suggests that Glass should blink if he agrees, knowing that Glass would eventually have to blink, whether or not he intended to accept Fitzgerald's offer. Glass cannot speak. Instead of blinking, Glass keeps his eyes open for a long time before closing them. Fitzgerald deliberately interprets this as blinking, and he immediately begins to smother Glass. Hawk shows up, seeing Fitzgerald smothering his father. Hawk starts to call Bridger for help, leading to a struggle with Fitzgerald in which the man stabs Hawk in the abdomen, then letting him bleed out as Glass watches helplessly. Fitzgerald gets rid of Hawk's body and tells Bridger he doesn't know where he went, and Glass is too injured to protest. Fitzgerald drags Glass into a shallow grave and partially buries him alive under a pile of dirt later, lying that the Ree Iroquois are nearby and that they must abandon Glass. Bridger hesitates, but he and Fitzgerald run away. A canteen that Bridger engraved with Glass and a spiral symbol is left behind. Glass is becoming more hungry and colder. He eats a live fish as he enters the river. He sees a Pawnee Indian eating a bison's carcass as he climbs a hill. Glass encounters Hykuk, Arthur Red Cloud, a friendly Pawnee. Glass cautiously approaches him and asks for food. He receives an organ from the Indian, which Glass devours fervently. In the morning, the Indian observes the bare wounds on Glass' body, which are starting to rot. Hykuk asserts that revenge is in the Creator's hands, despite having lost family as well. On horseback, the two of them travel together. Hykuk builds the frenzied Glass a sweat lodge to shelter him from the approaching storm. Glass receives healing through a ritual performed by the Pawnee. After a hallucinogenic experience in the lodge, Glass emerges to discover